Honorary General Secretary to take the seat on the dais. Member of the Bar and Member of the Law Commission of India, Dr. Ghattate, to kindly take his seat. We are going to start this function as some of my friends are supposed to appear before Honorable Supreme Court and Lordship is also here. So we are starting this our event, and first of all I will request our senior Member of Bar Council of India and Vice Chairman of Executive Committee of Bar Council of India, Mr. Baburam Tiwari, to garland the Honorable Minister for Law and Justice. Member of Legislative Assembly of West Bengal and our Member of Bar Council of India will garland when our Honorable former Prime Minister Mr. Deve Gowda will be here. Within 2 minutes he will be here. Now I will request Mr. G. Venkatesh Rao, who is very active in our Supreme Court Bar Association, to garland Honorable Mr. Justice K.D. Balakrishnan, Judge of Supreme Court of India. Mr. Amit Jain, Advocate Income Tax, will garland Dr. N. M. Ghattate, Dear friends, today this is a great occasion when our Honorable Law Minister is here, our Honorable Justice K.G. Balakrishnan is here, and moreover, all of you have attended this ceremony. So, and in this large number of our friends have come from the different courts. I welcome all of you, and I will please my friends can leave some space from the dais and from the gate. Honorable Mr. Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, Judge of Supreme Court of India. Honorable Sri Dr. N.M. Ghatake, Member of Law Commission of India. Honorable Sri R.K. Jain, the President of Supreme Court Bar Association, who had the rare opportunity of being Chairman, President of Supreme Court Bar Association for many times. Justice J.D. Jain Sahab, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, my dear brothers and sisters. It is a matter of honor and a singular privilege for me to welcome you all, who by their presence have enriched and enhanced Harishchandra Memorial National Seminar on Justice to All on this project. Our Constitution is one of the most remarkable written constitutions in the world and has been accepted as the brilliant legal document which has stood the test of time. The Constitution of India was adopted on November 26, 1949, and the President of India authenticated the Constitution, thereby bringing it into force in accordance with the tenor of its provisions. In fact, only a few provisions came into force on that day, those relating to citizenship and a few other articles. The Republic of India, established by the Constitution, came into being on January 26, 1950. And on that day, the Constituent Assembly ceased to exist, transforming itself into the Provisional Parliament of India until the new Parliament was set up under the adult franchise in 1952. I am delighted to announce the names of the recipients of the prestigious National Rotary Award 2002. The recipients include Honorable Mr. Justice A.M. Ahmadi, retired Chief Justice of India for Administration of Justice, Dr. L.M. Singhvi, Member of Parliament for Constitutional Law, Dr. Dipankar P. Gupta, former Solicitor General of India for Civil Law, Mr. Altaf Ahmed, Additional Solicitor General of India for Criminal Law, Mr. P.N. Mishra for Law in Technology, Mr. Saroj Jaiwala for International Arbitration, Mr. Som Mandal, Corporate Law, Mr. B. Agarwal, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Law and Justice for Legal Affairs, Mr. Natubhai S. Bhatt, Member of Bar Council of India from Gujarat for Legal Education. The awardees have been selected by a high-profile jury comprising Mr. Justice P.N. Bhagwati, Chairman United Nations Human Rights Committee and former Chief Justice of India. As Chairman, Mr. N.P. Shanmugam, Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries, Mr. Ramdas Agarwal, ex-MP and Chairman Parliamentary Committee on Industry, Honorable Mr. Kailash Meghwal, Member of Parliament and former Minister of Rajasthan, Mr. Justice K.N. Setia, retired Judge Supreme Court, Mr. Justice A.N. Gecha, retired Chairman MRTP Commission, Honorable Mr. Justice V.S. Malliman, former Chief Justice of Karnataka and Kerala High Court and now Chairman of Committee on Reforms of the Criminal Justice System, Government of India. Mr. Justice P.K. Samsundar, former Chairman, National Commission for Backward Classes. Mr. Justice D.S. Tevatia, former Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court. Mr. Justice H.L. Agarwal, former Chief Justice of Odisha High Court. Mr. Justice J.D. Jain, retired Judge of Delhi High Court, and Mr. Justice S.I. Jafri, retired Judge Allahabad High Court, and myself. In the past, our functions have been attended by the President of India, Vice Presidents of India, Prime Ministers of India, Chief Justice of India, Union Ministers, Chief Justices, and other judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Today we are having the National Seminar on Justice to All. Justice is the pillar on which the erection of law and the society has been configured. It is extensive and everlasting phenomena in jurisprudence for discussion. Such extensive and endless discussion is the task of highly devoted philosophers in the discipline. We, the people of India, in the Constituent Assembly, adopted, enacted and presented ourselves with the Constitution on the 26th November 49. In memory of this landmark occasion, we celebrate every year 26th November at Law Day. So, I welcome all of you on this occasion, and I will request Mr. R.K. Jain to say a few words on this occasion.
Honorable Justice A.G. Balakrishnan, my friend Mr. Anand Dr. Ashok Johan, Alisha Agarwal, Dr. J.D. Jain, my friends and awardees. I am very happy to be associated with this grand function which Adish does every year. Here he is doing a similar service to the profession. On this day, the main function is of award, not only few words. On this day, the Constitution was adopted. When you go to the preamble of the Constitution, you find we should have a socialist, secular, democratic republic. The object was that the justice, the governance, and the fruits of democracy reaches to the poorest of the poor. Every year we celebrate Law Day. Now we should do introspection whether we have been able to take the justice to the doorsteps of the poor. Every effort, according to me, should be made to see that the justice goes to the poor. It is heavily loaded against the poor. In fact, every effort since the law minister is here and Mrs. Balakrishnan is here, even after